ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्म पदान्तिकम्। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. By His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. We are reading from Canto 4, Chapter 19, King Prithu's 100 Horse Sacrifices. We are in the final section of this chapter, text 26 to 42, where Lord Brahma is pacifying Maharaj Prithu. We are at text 38. So, text 37-38, Brahmaji is reminding Maharaj Prithu, "My dear Maharaj Prithu, please remember the purpose of your incarnation, and purpose of your incarnation is to protect dharma, to perform sacrifice, but your sacrifice is creating further adharma. Therefore, my dear Maharaj Prithu, please restrain from this 100th sacrifice." Text 38. Sattvam vimrusyasya bhavam prajapate sankalpanam vismasrujam pipruhi ऐन्द्रिं च मायामुपधर्ममातरम् प्रचण्डपाखण्डपथं प्रभोजहि. Translation.
O protector of the people in general, please consider the purpose of your being incarnated by Lord Vishnu. The irreligious principles created by Indra are but mothers of so many unwanted religions. Please, therefore, stop these imitations immediately. Purport. Lord Brahma addresses King Prithu as Prajapati, just to remind him of his great responsibility in maintaining the peace and prosperity of the citizens. Maharaj Prithu was empowered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead for this purpose only. It is the duty of the ideal king to see that people are properly executing religious principles. Lord Brahma especially requested King Prithu to conquer the pseudo-religious principles produced by King Indra. In other words, it is the duty of the state or king to put a stop to pseudo-religious systems produced by unscrupulous persons. Originally, a religious principle is one, given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and it comes through the channel of disciplic succession in two forms. Lord Brahma requested Prithu Maharaj to desist from his unnecessary competition with Indra, who was determined to stop Prithu Maharaj from completing 100 yajnas. Instead of creating adverse reactions, it was better for Maharaj Prithu to stop the yajnas in the interest of his original purpose as an incarnation. This purpose was to establish good government and set things in the right order. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So now, Brahmaji is requesting Maharaj Prithu, please consider the original purpose of your incarnation by the Supreme Lord. And that purpose is Dharma Samstharpanathaya. Just as previous shloka, Srila Prabhupada says, three purposes are there. परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय. And what is happening? Prachanda Pakhanda Patham Prabhojahi. Prachanda Pakhanda. There is Prachanda Pakhanda is going on, right? Prachanda Pakhanda is very dangerous path of sinful reactions. Activities are being introduced by Indra, and therefore, my dear Lord, please give up, stop these imitations immediately by stopping your yajna. Now, Brahmaji is not saying that stop these imitations immediately by killing Indra, right? He's saying by stopping your yajna, please don't distribute the 100th book, because the other guy who is the book distributor is becoming disturbed by your book distribution. And again, 100 is the limitation of is limitation of Indra. Prithu Maharaj could have done 1,000 yajnas also, right? In the purport, Srila Prabhupada describes that Prajapati is a very important word because there is a great responsibility of maintaining peace and prosperity of the citizens. And this is the ideal king. This is the duty of the ideal king, to see that the citizens are very properly engaged with religious principles. And Indra are going to introduce so many religious principles, and many citizens may be distracted by this irreligion. And therefore, Maharaj Prithu, please give up your sankalpa of performing 100 yajnas and please be satisfied with 99, so that there is no unnecessary competition and your original purpose of incarnation is established. Therefore, this original purpose is very, very important. What is the meaning of original purpose is? Original purpose means back to the basics. Like, sometimes when things become normal in a way, any situation, generally we start comparing, complaining, demanding, or getting distracted. That time it is very important that we remember the original purpose and come back to basic. Why I have joined ISKCON, right? Back to B2B, we call it back to basics. And then it will give us original purpose. What is the purpose of your incarnation? Please remember that and give up this yajna. Text 39. Maitreya Uvacha Itham Saloka Guruna Samadishto Vishampati Tatha च कृत्वा वात्सल्यं मघोनापि च सन्ददे. Translation.
Translation. The great sage Maitreya continued, when King Prithu was thus advised by the supreme teacher, Lord Brahma, he abandoned his eagerness to perform yajnas and with great affection concluded a peace with King Indra. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. When Prithu was thus Ithamsa Loka Guruna, who is Loka Guruna? The original teacher of all the teachers, that is Lord Brahma. When Loka Guruna advised this, right, the king, he who was eager to perform the yajna, he stopped performing yajna and with great affection concluded peace with Indra. Vatsalyam Maghonapi cha sandati. Okay, not reluctantly, not grudgingly, very, very happily, Maharaj Prithu said, this is the grace and dignity Maharaj Prithu has, right? That very, very happily Maharaj said, okay, this is my yajna coming in the way, let it be, let I be happy with 99 yajnas. And I mean, so later this will come. So whenever there is fight between two devotees, the devotee who abides by the senior's orders happily has the instant opportunity to elevate his Krishna consciousness. He can just become, if the journey is 0 to 100 and if he is at 60, he can suddenly go from 60 to 85 by simply following that instruction and not trying to prove that, how I am only right and I am only right. Right. So Radhanath Swami Maharaj calls this as going beyond being right. So this is the classic example of going beyond just being right. Right. So, was it the duty of Prithu? Yes. What is capability of Prithu? Yes. Was he justified performing 100th yagya? Yes. Did he perform? No. Why? Because of Indra. Was at fault? Absolutely. Was Indra envious? Absolutely. Was Indra doing adharma? Absolutely. Was Indra introducing new adharma? Absolutely. And still, because Loka Guruna, such a great personality as Lord Brahma is requesting, please don't do yagya. And Prithu Maharaj gave up that yagya. Right. Vatsalyam, with great happiness, not grudgingly, with great happiness. Text 40. So recently, we are not very far from this, concluding this chapter, just 2 pages, and therefore going for a little more explanation. Recently, one amazing devotee, His Grace Priti Gaurang Prabhu, he passed away. At the age of 43, he had actually conquered, literally, he was in emergency medical services, and he began his career at Ruby Hall Clinic. He was known for his caliber, he was known for his commitment. And in 2019, one of the family from DY Patil, the famous DY Patil education enterprise, from this family, somebody was admitted in a very critical condition. And just he was not knowing, he was just one of the Patil for him. He was not knowing somebody from DY Patil and all that. And just like he was taking care of everybody, he was taking care of this family also very well. And the patient who was admitted recovered very well because of a good treatment. And they kept a blank check to Dr. Parvez Grant. And they said that we want this doctor at any cost at our hospital, DY Patil, hospital. We want to set up our emergency medical services. And, we have not seen a committed person like him. He's Preeti Gauranga Prabhu. Okay. And then they discussed with him, and he also thought it's a new good opportunity. We can. And then he created such facility in DY Patil that I was just attending his memorial. Unfortunately, he passed away at the very young age of 42, 43. And one day, one very rich person, he was admitted, and he was also treated very well. And he was so obliged to this doctor personally. He said that, please ask me anything. He just gave him a blank check. He said, write any amount, whatever comes to you, and ask me. And then he waited for a while, and then he said, no, nothing. I mean, I'm getting my salary. I have just done my dharma. And then he was just pushing him so much that ask me, ask me, ask me. And then, this devotee said, okay, please give me cardiac ambulance, because our hospital has everything, but we don't have cardiac ambulance yet. So please give me cardiac ambulance. And this man said, given, but this is for hospital. I'm asking you to ask me something personally. And then again he said, no, my guru had taken yatra to Jagannath Puri, and there I have very intensely prayed, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. And I'm getting sufficient salary. I don't need anything more than that. And so many instances like this, right? Very, very gracefully, with great dignity, performing one's duty without this kind of attachment. And I mean, there are so many wonderful things to tell about him. But the point here is performing duty with grace and dignity. Right. Text 40. Kruta avabhrita snanaya prithave bhuri karmane varandaduste varada ye tata bahirhi tarpita. Translation.
After this, Prithu Maharaj took his bath, which is customarily taken after the performance of a yajna, and received the benedictions and due blessings of the demigods, who were very pleased by his glorious activities. Purport: Yajna means Lord Vishnu. For all yajna is meant to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu. Since the demigods automatically become very pleased with the performance of sacrifice, they bestow benediction upon the executors of yajnas. When one pours water on the root of a tree, the branches, trunks, twigs, flowers, and leaves are all satisfied. Similarly, when one gives food to the stomach, all parts of the body are rejuvenated. In the same way, if one simply satisfies Lord Vishnu by the performance of yajna, one satisfies all the demigods automatically. In turn, the demigods offer their benedictions to such a devotee. A pure devotee, therefore, does not ask benedictions directly from the demigods. His only business is to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus, he is never in need of those things supplied by the demigods.
Yeah. Krita, what did he do? He did, having performed Avabhrita Snanaya. So Avabhrita Snana is taken after completion of yajna. But as soon as Brahmaji addressed him that please, don't perform this 100th yajna, Prithu Maharaj very happily left performing 100th yajna and took Avabhrita Snan, concluding that this yajna is over at whatever stage it is and it was incomplete. So taking Avabhrita Snana is very great indication that he has concluded the yajna. He is not going to pursue the 100th yajna. Prithave Bhuri Karmani. Bhuri Karmani. Bhuri Karmani means the performer of the glorious deeds, many wonderful activities. And then he bowed down his head to the demigods who were already very pleased by the glorious activities of Maharaj Prithu. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada describes yajna means Lord Vishnu, and it is meant for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. Yajnarthat, karmano anyatra, right? And what is the real yajna? When Lord Vishnu is pleased, everybody else is pleased. All the demigods are extremely happy when Lord Vishnu is pleased. This is what we have seen in the life of Dhruva Maharaj also. So Lord Vishnu was pleased. Prabhupada says just like when the water is poured on the roots, yatha taror moola nishechanena trupyanti, automatically satisfied. Tat skanda bhujopashakha. Skanda, bhuja, upashakha, everything is automatically satisfied as soon as yatha taror moola nishechanena. When the mool of the taru, of the root of the tree is watered, everything else is the tree is automatically watered, automatically satisfied. Pranopaharascha yathendriyanam. Similarly, when the food is given to the stomach, udara, automatically all the senses will receive the nourishment. Tathaiva sarvam arhanam achyuteja. And similarly, when devotional service is offered to the Supreme Lord, all the demigods are naturally pleased. And here we see devotees, all the demigods who are great devotees themselves, they are very naturally pleased by activities of Maharaj Prithu. And knowing this, a pure devotee will always focus his attention on offering devotional service to the Supreme Lord. So here demigods are very pleased by Avabhrita Snana of Maharaj Prithu. Text 41. Vipra Satyashisha Tushta Shraddhaya Labdha Dakshina Ashisho Yuyuju Kshattaha Adirajaya Satkrita. Translation.
With great respect, the original King Prithu offered all kinds of rewards to the Brahmanas present at the sacrifice. Since all these Brahmanas were very much satisfied, they gave their heartfelt blessings to the king.
Yeah, with great respect. Adi Rajaya. Who is Adi Rajaya? The original king, Prithu. He offered all kinds of rewards to the Brahmanas present in the sacrifice. मतलब ऐसे नहीं चिड़चिड़ नहीं कर रहे थे पृथु, ये क्या मुझे 100th यज्ञ नहीं करने दिया, ये लो तुम्हारा दक्षिणा, ये लो तुम्हारा दक्षिणा. Not like that. Vatsalyam, very happily he agreed not to perform 100th yajna. Okay, let go and let go. And then he offered all kinds of, with great respect, he offered obeisances to the demigods, right? Offered all kinds of rewards to the Brahmanas. And these Brahmanas, being very pleased by such behavior of Maharaj Prithu, Bhuri Karmana, gave their heartfelt blessings to the king. So Devatas were pleased and Brahmanas are blessing this great personality, Maharaj Prathu, how they pleased? Text 42. त्वया हुता महाबाहो सर्व एव समागताः पूजिता दानमानाभ्यां देवर्षि मानवा
All the great sages and brahmanas said,
sorry, yeah, continue.
All the great sages and brahmanas said, O mighty king, by your invitation, all classes of living entities have attended this assembly. They have come from Pitruloka and the heavenly planets, and great sages as well as common men have attended this meeting. Now, all of them are very much satisfied by your dealings and your charity towards them. Purport. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 4th canto, 19th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled King Prithu's 100 horse sacrifice. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. So the Brahmanas and the great sages, they said, O mighty king, by your invitation, all classes of living entities have attended this assembly. There are attendants from Pitruloka, there is attendees from heavenly planets, and the common men. They all have attended this great assembly. Now, all of them are very much satisfied by your dealings and by your charity towards them. And it was his charity to Indra to give up the 100th yajna. And this ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. And today we are concluding 19th chapter of 4th canto, King Prithu's 100 horse sacrifice. Is there any question, comment, any discussion?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Dandavat. I have one question. So,
Yeah.
we have multiple such places where Indra went out of standard ethical ways and he tried to do things which are not actually even normal people in even now we don't feel like doing it. So why he had that feeling? That was it the case that if he for example, Prithu Maharaj had done 100 yajnas, then on the same place, that same very day, he would have to leave the Indra Pad and like that. Why he had so much of insecurity?
Yeah. So two things. One thing is that, Prithu is a padavi. Indra is a padavi, right? Indra is a post.
Yeah.
Maghavan, currently Indra is a Maghavan, but Indra is a post. So all the mischievous activities that we see Indra is doing, it is not the one person doing everything.
Yeah.
Bhagavatam is the history of universes across the kalpas. Kalpas means the days of the Brahma. And therefore, it is not the one guy doing all these mistakes. Okay. So they are different Indras doing different activities. Second thing is, what happens is, now taking side of the Indra per se, say when my salary was 10,000 rupees, I used to think, oh, what is this? My salary is not 40,000. My salary 40,000 hota to aaram se I would have donated 20,000 rupees. And eventually from 10,000 rupees, I used to donate some 500 rupees to temple and other things. When my salary became 40,000 rupees, I just started donating 2,000 rupees, right? So, what happens is, now in this sense, the problems of the rich, they are different than the problems who don't have that kind of position and the riches. Of course, no doubt, needless to say, the conditioning of Indra and those are being anyways there. But the point is, even once Radhanath Maharaj was describing this, that when Lord Krishna personally coming and asking Satrajit for the Samantaka jewel, and Maharaj was saying that raise your hands, how many of you will give Samantaka jewel when Lord Krishna personally comes to you? And everybody raised their hands. And Maharaj said, you are raising your hands right now because you don't have Samantaka jewel, and something is asked, and like the example I gave, I was thinking that when my salary becomes 40,000, I will donate 20,000. Like that. But when we really have the Samantaka jewel, it is very difficult to give up the Samantaka jewel, even Krishna is asking. Right. So, of course, there is no doubt about the conditioning that Indra exhibits from time to time. But the point is that it is not easy to let go. And then, therefore, devotional service is a lifelong process. It's a lifelong process. And we slowly overcome our conditioning. Progressively, slowly, we overcome our conditioning. And Indra, he just royally displays on the universal level what these kinds of conditioning are and how to behave and how not to behave across many times, right?
Hmm.
So we are very happy with Indra also, because without Indra, this glory of Maharaj Prithu, the one who gave up the 100th yagya, would not have been also, come to foray, right?
Right.
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anything else?
One small question, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. So Brahmaji actually said Bhagwan Indra. So he almost said that he is as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So as Mataji just mentioned, that Indra has been, doing these sort of things for quite some time, and there are so many incidences. But instead of enlightening Indra on the position of Prithu Maharaj, that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, Brahmaji is talking to Prithu Maharaj, and he is telling to stop the further yagyas. So, is there some message from this sort of activity, Prabhuji?
Yeah. So what the message is, whenever there is, the misunderstanding or say quarrel or a fight between two devotees, generally the authority, here authority in this case is Lord Brahma, will side by the junior devotee. Like, say mother has two children, bada beta, chota beta. And दोनों झगड़ रहे हैं. And बड़े बेटे का 1 किलो ना छोटे बेटे ने ले लिया. And he is crying, creating all tantrums, scratching himself, blood is oozing, throwing all the, the pots in the kitchen, just creating ruckus in the house. What the mother will say? Mother will, I mean, he's not in a position. The chota beta is not in a position to understand also. Indra is creating prachanda pakhanda. He's creating so many adharmas he's creating. And Indra is very well aware. Brahmaji is watching, everybody is there, Akka universe is watching. These are all going to become apasampradaya in Kali Yugas. Still he's doing that. He's like gone crazy mad. What the mother will say? Mother will say, Beta, chhod do wo khilona. You already have 99. You want 100, it's yours, legitimate. But look at your younger brother, what nonsense he's creating in the house. So it is exactly the same thing. Right.
Thank you so much. Very nicely explained, Prabhuji.
So, and then bada bhai also will say, chalo, छोड़ दो बच्चा ले लो ये क्या मेरे, take another 10 toys also from me. Because end of the day, keeping house in order, keeping mother happy, that is more important than, I am having 100 toy and you having 100 toy and you becoming envious of my 100th toy. Like that it is. Right? So, when we have a quarrel with a devotee, and when at times, we may think that, oh, Prabhuji, authority is not siding with me, why they are giving upadesh to me. Maybe you are Maharaj Prithu and the other party is Indra. Correct?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, one small question.
Yes.
Indra, I mean, like Brahma knows that Prithvi Maharaj is the Bhagavan, basically Supreme Person of Godhead. Does Indra also know that, or like he doesn't know that he's Supreme Person of Godhead and he doesn't need his, like Indra's position?
Even knows or doesn't know, when it comes to, his prestige or his position, Indra will fight. Right. Now in Krishna Lila, Indra very well knows Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna has showed him also by lifting the Govardhan hill, right? And some years later, Indra is fighting again with Krishna for that Parijat tree, and the other thing, other Leela comes in. So I mean, some people have that kind of a tantrum, and you have to tolerate them. Not that you just simply throw them and you tell them that get lost. But Indra very well knew. Indra offers prayers to Krishna. He says that, oh my dear Lord, I forgot you are the original power giver, this and that. You are the Parameshwara. All my powers are coming from you. And some 20 odd years on Prithvilok. That literally means 20 days in Swargalok, where Indra stays. Indra is fighting with Krishna that no, you cannot take this Parijat, tree down to the. So this is how Indra is, and Lord tolerates him. Lord tolerates him very well. So if Lord tolerates devotees, how much we should also tolerate devotees? Right?
Yeah, just right.
Yes. So we will conclude here and continue tomorrow. If you are reading small Bhagavatam, there are two Bhagavatams. Big Bhagavatam is like 18 volumes. Small Bhagavatam is like 44 volumes. We have just completed the one booklet there, one book. Right. From chapter 9 to chapter 19. These, 11 chapters are there in this book. We have just completed this book. Chila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you,
Thank
Prabhuji.
you, Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada, thank you, Prabhuji. Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
नहीं मैम क्यों तो मैंने खराब है रख दो देख क्यों बता क्या होने लगा
Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you, Yogeshwar Gopal Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
परत दे दो ना
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
हाँ मैं लगे देखो दूसरों के नहीं लोग